This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pet injury is an additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
Your weekend is not complete without the First Lady of New York Radio. It's the Joan Hamburg Show. Talk Radio 77 WABC.
We have had Rockettes for as many years as I've been doing radio, and you know that's a long time. So we have two wonderful Rockettes today, and they brave the weather. And they came into New York, and I'm going to introduce you to them. Ashley Kusinich Fritz, who has been a Rockette for 14 seasons. Monika Brinkmann Grimes. Monica's like a baby there. She's only been there 4 seasons, and she's from Austin. Austin is the town that, even when my kids go there for work or something, they say, it's the greatest town. Is it that much fun?
I mean, I think I'm a little biased, but I love Austin, yes.
Yeah, and you're not from there, or are you?
I am from Austin.
You are?
Yep, born and raised.
Okay. So, and Ashley, you've been doing this for a long time. You started, what, high school, after high school?
I started dancing when I was 3, and then I went to college for dance and theater, and then I did my first season at Radio City after I graduated. I had to audition 6 times before I got the job, but perseverance paid off for sure, and I've been here ever since. Yeah. Very happy to be back.
And how was it coming in after a different experience doing this?
It was actually really wonderful. I mean, on either side of me in the line, I had 2 veteran Rockettes that had been in the line for over 10 years, and they really took me under their wing, which was really wonderful because, you know, as a new Rockette, it's a lot of information to learn. Everything is so new that it was really nice to have that sort of comfort and support on either side of me. And now, you know, 13 years later, I'm that veteran that's kind of, you know, helping to mentor the younger Rockettes as well. So it's kind of come full circle,
right.
And it's really special.
And Monika, what were you doing before Rockettes? Because you've only been there now 4 seasons.
Yes. So, well, my love for dance started really young. And then in high school, I was part of a precision dance team or Texas drill team where we did, you know, high kicks and everything and sort of fell in love with the precision aspect of dance. I came to New York to study dance at NYU. And then after I graduated, I also auditioned multiple times. I got the job after my 3rd audition for Rockettes.
So it took you a bunch of times, even though you had experienced it before.
Yeah.
Was it good going to college like NYU, or did you want to get on with your professional life?
I think it was a really great experience. I think it informed my sort of approach to dance in a way that I hadn't experienced yet in high school and growing up. It was a very postmodern dance-focused program, so I think by my senior year at NYU, I kind of knew that I wanted to go sort of more the theater dance route, but I still think I gained a lot of valuable knowledge and dance experience.
And were you happy to live in New York, or did you have other aspirations?
No, absolutely. That was part of the draw to NYU was I wanted to get to New York. This is the place to be for dance.
And do you think about Broadway?
You know, right now I'm just very content with Rockettes, and I'm super focused. We just opened the show. We had our official opening night last night, and we kind of eat, sleep, and breathe the Christmas Spectacular during the Christmas season. So that's where my focus is.
It's as much a part of New York as anything. And I know I grew up out of the city, but I still remember as a kid my mother taking me. I mean, every kid. I remember what I wore. First time I ever had stockings. You know, it was such a big deal because we were going to the Rockettes. And Ashley, I'm sure even though you've been doing it for 14 seasons, every season has its own charm and and different.
It really does, and that's what I think is so special about it, that it is sort of that tradition for so many families. And whether it's your first time seeing the show or whether you've come every year, that there is something for everyone and there's always something new. And we really try to have that sort of balance between tradition and innovation. So, for instance, we have a brand new scene this year in the show called We Need a Little Christmas that features Santa Claus and some cutting edge holographic technology that I've never seen before in all of my years. So it's something really new and exciting for our guests that have been to the show before. And then, of course, we have the traditional favorites, the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers and the Living Nativity, which has been in the show since 1933. And that, for me, is my favorite number in the show because it does have that tradition. Every woman who's been a Rockette has worn that costume and performed that number since the 1930s. So there's this beautiful legacy and history behind it. And I know for our audiences, that's one of their favorite numbers as well.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. Between two-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN, you try to be in control of how your info is protected. But many other places also have it, and they might not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast for 40% off. Terms apply.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com.
That's great. And you still, even though you've been doing it, get that thrilling feeling when you go out there?
Oh my goodness, yes. Radio City is such a special place, and being on that stage and looking up, there's 3 balconies in the theater. It seats over 6,000 people, and when you think about anyone who's anyone in the entertainment business has performed on that stage, and to be in that company and sell out shows and have, that audience there, there's no better feeling. And honestly, every single year I get chills, no matter how many shows I've done. It's just a dream come true.
So, guys, do most of the Rockettes talk about or think about Broadway or the next steps, or this is just in the moment?
I think it's totally individual when it comes down to the Rockette. I know that becoming a Rockette is a lifelong dream for so many of us. There are several Rockettes who do Broadway shows in the off season, or have done Broadway in the past, or who go on to do Broadway, or other professional dance jobs, and then there are several Rockettes. I teach Pilates in the off season. There are Rockettes who are real estate agents, who are mothers. So we all kind of have our individual dance journeys and goals.
Yeah, but when you came here after what stage? High school, college? When did you decide to come to New York and your folks said it's okay?
Well, I came to New York for college, and then
you went to NYU.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and kind of set my sights on Rockettes during my last year at college.
And was that a rewarding experience? Could you take it all in with going to school, classes?
Yes. No, absolutely. I think something super rewarding about auditioning multiple times is kind of seeing yourself become more familiar with the routine. Precision dance technique. It's sort of like its own technique. It's got its own language. It's so specific when it comes to the dance steps and just the way that you pick up choreography and can sort of pick up those details really quickly and perform at your best in an audition setting like that. So it definitely was really rewarding to kind of feel like, okay, I did a little better at this audition. I'm getting a little better at this style. And then to get the job after the third time for me was, a dream come true.
Right. And you don't ever give up. I mean, it'd be easy to say, all right, I didn't get it. I'm going to do something else.
Right.
But you didn't. Did they encourage you to keep trying for it?
Yeah, I think so. Well, something for me is my first audition, actually the first two were before the pandemic hit. And so then when it did hit, I was like, okay, I've got to keep up my dance training.
Right, and know it's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't give up on it.
And then thankfully was able to come back and audition that third time when everything was reopened. So. And
are you one of the few who have been there that many years?
There's quite a few of us that have been here for more than 10 years, and it's something that's really special, I think, to be able to, have Rockettes from so many different ages and backgrounds. I think that's one of the really special things about the Rockettes is, Monika touched on it a little bit, but we all come from different dance backgrounds, different places. A lot of people don't realize that Rockettes don't necessarily have to be American citizens either. So we have ladies from Australia and Canada and all over the United States, but we all come together as one unit. And when we're dancing on stage, we're not soloists out there. There's 36 Rockettes that are dancing as one. And to me, that's so beautiful to see 36 individuals coming together and dance as one team and one group. It's a really special thing.
And when the season is over, if it's ever over today, what do you guys do?
I usually say most of us find somewhere warm on a beach and kind of put
put
our feet up for a little while and relax. I take that as like my reward for a long season.
All that work, right.
And then it's right back to work. We are professional athletes and we are doing performances and TikTok videos and all kinds of things all year round. And so we do have to train all year round, just like any other athlete.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really being an athlete and training like that. You don't get a time off, really. You've got to do it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, and what do you do when you're off time? The same thing?
Yes, definitely like to also find somewhere warm. We're running till January 5th this year. So January 6th, I'll probably be on a plane.
You're out of here? And where do you like to go?
Well, I'll go down to Austin first. My family is
home.
there, so visit family, and then I don't know. I don't have the vacation part planned yet.
Okay,
So
but you have time. And do you find it hard to, if you haven't done it for a while, to get into the routine again? Precision dancing is not easy.
It certainly isn't. But
Right.
It's a little bit like riding a bike. I mean, there's definitely nothing outside of Rockettes that can really mimic that level of physicality. As Moni said, it was the technique is unlike anything else that I think a lot of us have done as dancers. So actually a lot of the training that I do in the off season is strength-based. So I'm in the gym and I'm doing squats and deadlifts and bench press and a lot of that kind of activity because the stage at Radio City is steel. We're in 3-inch heels and we're doing 2 to 4 shows a day, as many as 17 shows a week in season. So
wow,
you definitely
that's
have to have
incredible.
a
Not
lot of
even
strength behind what you're
basketball
doing.
Players
Yeah,
do
exactly.
That.
So
yeah, because I've wondered, because you watch women athletes, and then you look at you guys who are under that pressure, and precision is a step up too.
And you have to smile and make it look easy. So there's a whole other level to that as well.
We like to say that we're artists and athletes because we put in that hard physical work, but then we're able to make it look graceful and beautiful and effortless on stage.
What's the rehearsal period like?
So we rehearse for 6 weeks leading up to the season, 6 days a week for 6 hours a day. So, we stay in really good shape year round, but nothing.
Do you watch what you eat too? You have to?
Well, we have to eat really healthy, and we have to fuel our bodies because it's a lot of exercise. So definitely, that's always
Do
a
they
priority.
feed you, or you guys have to do that?
Thankfully, they feed us in between shows, so that's really nice. We don't have to worry about running
Yeah, we
out
get
of
to eat a lot
food.
of Christmas cookies because, of course, we're burning a lot of calories. So
It's a nice
all the
perk.
cheeseburgers and French fries and pizza you could want, it's kind of a nice perk to the job. I jokingly call it the Rockette diet because the calories don't really matter.
Do both of you and the women you work with take off at any time? Like what's a season?
So we usually start rehearsals at the end of September
Wow.
for the Christmas Spectacular. And then, as we mentioned before, we're running through January 5th. So during that time, it's pretty hard to take any time off. We're pretty much full steam ahead right now. But yeah, after that, we get some time off, which is nice.
And how long does it take to train?
Well, I really think it's a year-round endeavor.
Process.
Keeping your stamina up, keeping your strength up, and then even being physically ready to go into those 6 weeks of rehearsals, because you already have to be in good shape in order to be able to really.
And do they still have standards for height and weight?
It's really just the athleticism. And one of the cool things about the Rockettes is we're actually not all the same height, but what we do is we create the illusion that we're all the same height. So we put the tallest Rockettes in the center of the line with all of the ladies going outstage, becoming progressively shorter. So if you actually saw Moni and I standing next to each other, you would see that we're not the same height, but when you see us on stage, you think that we are, and we all kick our toe to our eye when we do the kick line. So it gives us this nice uniform look and creates that, magic of Christmas.
And the audience still love to see their Rockettes every year. The costumes are great this year.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we're so happy that you guys came in. Happy holidays to you, and thank you for making our holidays in New York special. I'm Joan Hamburg, and you're listening to WABC, and you've got to take yourself to see the Rockettes. No matter how many times, it's a once-in-a-lifetime. Take care.